Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Tua, the Dolphins, McDaniel dropping a 70 burger on the Dolphins. Let's let the celebration begin. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of this channel. Not only is it a great way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content over there. So if you enjoy the way that I talk and teach ball, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community. I'm really trying to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. So if you live the nuance, details that we talk about the quarterback position, offensive football, structure, architecture, how to attack defenses, pressures, pass protection, all that stuff, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community. Hop over there, join, become a member. The link is in the video description. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. All right, Tua, the Dolphins, hanging just a casual 70 burger on your favorite head coach and the Broncos. This to me looks like double drift post, and it just continues. I mean, the fact that Tyreek Hill has that much space shows a number of different things as far as breakdown on the back end and just respect speed-wise. But I love what the Dolphins do offensively. I know, no surprise to you if you're here watching this video and are a fan of this channel. Look at the space. I mean, get the out of here. And then the acceleration. Good luck to too. Yikes. Special. Now, design-wise here for me, I love the shift, love the motion. At the snap, though, to me, this thing is just, I don't know if I've ever seen double drift post. So normally I would say a lot of teams run what I'm going to call drift post here. And it's paired usually with like a deep out to the backside. So you read one of these ones, and then on the other side, there'd be like a secondary option. I can't recall seeing a team run double drift post where you kind of just take your pick on which one it is. Now it looks like Tua works down here to the bottom of the screen. And in reality, that's probably a mistake from jump. If he were to look up here first, which is the space given Hill up here, it's probably a hit right out the gate, but it's just kind of out of structure. It just keeps going. And the pass protection was outstanding all day. But I mean, down here to the bottom, that safety, making the chosen one look a little bit tight there, as opposed to if he worked up top, it'd probably be a hit right there. Now it's a little bit easy when the Mike linebacker is moving to the side Tua is looking to, also opens it up on kind of the dolphin mouth. So no, but man, Tua's did just such a great job of getting the ball out quickly all day. The pass protection was absurd. The rush, hilarious. The back end tackling, a joke. And just the speed. It's the combination for me of the attention to detail with the motion and the shifts and the design combined with the speed. And then, of course, you layer on top of it the world-class anticipation and accuracy from Tua. Special. They are rolling. Next one here, second and long. They're going to get it to Tyreek Hill down here to the bottom, the new number one. Again, the space because of the speed. So they have to respect the speed. So even a great corner is going to give significant access. And then Tua, the base, the timing, how quickly he gets it out, the anticipation. Y'all are going to get tired of me saying this, but watch. First of all, just appreciate the motion. Show the short, fast motion. I wonder what they call that. Then the timing. Look at Tua's base. He's separated right there. You can see Tyreek Hill. Now, again, I could do this for damn near every play, but he's running what I'm going to call a glance here. Tua's already separating to throw it. We combine that with look how much space we've got, 5 yards here. The safety's terrified, deep. So it creates these huge kind of pockets where you can just kind of lay this thing in there. And there's nobody in the league does it better than Tua as far as the anticipation and the accuracy. Just decisive. You combine that with the motion and the design. Again, I love the base. Boom. Maybe you could get all his cleats in the ground a little bit better. But man, that thing is a thing of beauty. I love it. Next one here. Again, Tyreek Hill on my favorite motion. This time he's running a deep out. I think the ball's just ever tick late, and it's still thrown with great anticipation. I know there's a holding at the right tackle, so it's coming back regardless. For me here, Tua's always going to have I should say, not always. right now, I think he's got a well-deserved kind of question mark about some of these deep ball throws. And I think it's fair. You have to at least acknowledge the fact that it's fair, that to say that sometimes when he throws the ball down the field, it's not with as much velocity or pop as he would like. Okay, now, first off, I love the motion. So the fast out motion, great. Terrified. I think if he could potentially just be a little bit, as opposed to kind of hit that back foot and be ready to go. He throws with more anticipation than anybody, but instead of like kind of hopping back here. And I know this is a tough ask because we're pulling the guard. We've got tough angles up front. The right tackle takes an L in front of us. I'm making all sorts of excuses. But Tua, just help yourself with the footwork here. So right there, see that little hop back? And again, it might be because there's someone right in our lap, but instead of hopping and falling back here, we can hitch into it and throw it because we're still throwing it with great anticipation. I mean, look at him separate right here. You can see Tyreek Hill up top. He's not out of the break yet, but we're hopping back as opposed to getting into the throw, driving towards our target. And again, the ball just fades on us a tick. It's still a big-time hookup. I actually think it's a somewhat impressive throw to make this throw falling back. It's a little Herbert-ish. You know, you don't say Tua and Herbert very often in the same sentence, but you know, he's definitely moving backwards right there, right? I mean, his foot goes back and we're still able to throw that thing. Now it, you know, maybe dies on us a little bit and got to come back to it, but it's still a massive throw across the field. You know, to the wide side, he's on the far hash, outside the numbers. I love it, man. Next one here, 3rd and 4. And this is what the speed does, is it opens everyone else up too. So 3rd and 4 to me is essentially a little bit better than a coin flip in the league, I think, historically. This is way too easy. I mean, there's no one within 5 yards of us. And again, I understand it. It's the combination of speed that they have on the perimeter with how Tua plays. But this idea that we're going to put our speed right here and we're going to say, we're getting out of there. We're going to ask this player, this DB type right here, to cover the number 3 on an out after these things clear out of here. So get out of there, clear, and then we're just going to run a nice, easy little whoop and have 5 yards of space. I mean, it's the space created with the speed. 3rd and 4 should be a pretty tough down consistently. It's not going to be easy. You should have sticky coverage. You should have someone right in your hip. You should be making throws tough on defense. That's routes on air up top. I mean, my goodness. Dolphins making it look easy. Great design, great call. Again, super decisive. Get the ball out quickly. I mean, too easy. Next one here, touchdown pass. It's just a no-look shovel pass touchdown. Nothing to see here. With the motion and the speed, the eye candy. It's not even a motion. It's post-snap. Just the action of Tyreek Hill and the speed. No. Flick. Great effort also getting in the end zone. But man, look at the design here. At the snap of the ball, Tyreek Hill, go. So no motion. Trying to keep his eyes on the flat. Eyes on Tyreek Hill. Just offhand too. It's his right hand for a left-handed quarterback. Perfect right up on his grill. Oh man, that is just world-class design. Just beautiful job. Cool, really cool execution from Tua also. The no look. I mean, does he give a little like giddy up too before he lets it go? He knows it's going to score. I think he impressed himself with that one. That's beautiful, man. Outstanding. So much to like. Next one here, another kind of drifty post to Tyreek Hill. He's the number 2 down here to the bottom. Just way too much space. Again, I know that they're terrified of the speed as they should be, but when you create that much space over the top, you know, Tua's throwing these things no hitch. The guys are wide ass open. So for me here, we're going to do this play action fake. Again, the fast in motion. I wonder what it's called. But look at the safety down here to the bottom. So if we're going to do this play action, or we're essentially having Tua turn his back, and then we're going to have Tyreek Hill here come up and just kind of settle in here. We've got this DB type so deep that the space just makes this, it's too easy. And they combine that with that pre-snap motion, puts all sorts of stress on the underneath coverage communication. They can't sort it out. No hitch. I mean, again, there's no one within 5 yards of him. It's just a great job of creating and attacking space. And you combine it with Tua's ability to get the ball out quickly, the accuracy, the anticipation. Next one here, beautiful wrap in up top to Tyreek Hill again. I love a good in right down the hash. From the back here, you can see kind of that look off to the pivot gather and then right down the hash. Just a thing of beauty. So you've got 41 right there. He's kind of in that no man's land. We've got the safety coming down as well. We're going to get him out of here. So boom, get out of there with your eyes. And we'll let this kind of wrap in, come right behind it. Tua put this thing right down the hash. So again, you can either read this thing out, or you can eye manipulate him this way, get him going this way, and then rip it right down the middle of the field. Just a really thing of beauty here. Love Tua's action. Again, the accuracy, world class. Whoop. This is almost like off-platform-ish. We're not really lined up to make this throw. Drop the angle. Dot. Better tackle him. Again, up top. This is not even really a pivot gather. I think most teams run this, what I'm used to calling pivot gather, where you come up here and you're really trying to pull someone here and you can potentially run away. This looks like he's just coming out and running a flat, or a quick out. And then you combine it with what I'm used to calling a wrap in. So really we're just reading this defender right here. Now they should be all right if they're rotating the safety down to take that out, but that linebacker type moves and we're able to just pipe this thing right down the hash. Again, I just think it looks so clean when it happens right down the hash, in beautifully in time. Boom. Tua is able to keep that base, even though he's not perfectly lined up. He's got enough torque. His feet aren't apart. He's balanced. He's got the strength to rip that thing. I love it. And just played so quickly. Again, look at the pass pro. No one around him. It's like 7-on-7. Next one here, Tua again showing off the anticipation and accuracy, this time to the bottom. Whether you call this a drift 8 or an angle 8, angle post, I really like this. Against a half field safety, it's just world-class anticipation. I mean, look at it. When's he let this thing go? I mean, look at the receiver on the left side. Not even close to looking, right? I'm going to slow this thing down. The ball's in the air. He's not looking yet. Halfway to him. Look. Where's the ball going to hit him? In the face. I mean, let it wash over you, y'all. That is capital A, bold, underlined, italicized, strike through, A. Awesome. And again, I think it's a little bit hard to wrap your head around. I remember learning this concept where you're going to try to throw. I'm going to call this an angle 8. I don't know I have no idea what they call it. It very easily could be an in too, but this idea where you just kind of bend this thing in there. And again, we've got somebody leaning on you, right? Like it's not easy free access. He's throwing this with great anticipation. A, bold, italicized, strike through, capital A. Love to see it. Crank up the font, big size, as good as it gets. I mean, just, when you see it halfway to him and it's perfect accuracy, it's just a thing of beauty, man. I can't get enough reps like this. I really can't. Again, it's not even the cleanest footwork. It's almost like, he's almost half hot here with the left tackle doing a kind of messed up big duel. He's moving away, kind of bouncing away, herky-jerky, but the anticipation doesn't suffer. The accuracy doesn't suffer. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, a great way to support the channel, get even more Quarterback School content. Link is in the video description. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep dives on all of my favorite football topics. We've got courses on RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is How to Beat Every Single Coverage. We even have an entire offensive system and structure available for you. So get over there and enroll. The link is in the video description. We also have a bunch of free resources available, also linked in the video description. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here, I had to do it. Even if they put up a 70 burger. Deep shot down the field, just come up a little short, lands in the drink. Again, it's one of those things for me. I'm always going to say that sometimes when you play with this kind of an anticipation, there will be some throws that look like they are off. But for me, this is just that kind of seemingly to a rep every week. You hope it doesn't come in a big situation where he just doesn't have enough club on this. So fast out motion, that deep out, we've already seen it hit, right? We saw the holding on the earlier one. He lets this thing go with what I'm going to classify as great anticipation. it just comes up short. There's no real rhyme or reason other than the fact that, I think his down the field arm strength at this point, we've seen enough to say that it's not consistent at best. I think he could help himself out here by smoothing this thing out at the top. It gets a little like choppy, 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 as opposed to doing just kind of smooth that thing out, even it out, stay in rhythm, as opposed to a choppy, 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 and then kind of like quick jerking it out there. But again, look when he lets this thing go. He taps right there. Tyreek Hill's not out of it, right? He's inside the numbers. If he throws that where he wants, it's a big time play. It just comes up, probably handful of yards short and inside. It just doesn't look quite as smooth and comfortable as some of the other things that he does and does at such a high level. Inevitably, it feels like every week we're seeing one or two of these shots deep down the field outside the numbers come up with a club short. Next one, 3rd and 3. This was a really impressive rep for me with Tua. This is a tough look, in my opinion, in the league. This is combo coverage. So we're getting man match up top with zone everywhere else. We get with what I'm used to calling just mesh, an iteration of mesh with the deep hook. So you're calling mesh thinking you're going to get man, and you do get man on half the field, but there's no panic from Tua when it's not there. He's able to find that deep hook, really go through the full read here. So for me here, just the design of this thing, you're calling essentially mesh. So we're going to go under here. We're going to go deep hook here. We're going to go over the top mesh here. So that's the mesh part of it, right? And then I think they go like flat, whatever, and like check down, whatever. Well, the defense here is going to go man up top. So press man right here, right? So he's going to run with this mesh. So the mesh you're hoping to get with, he's the only man-to-man. And then they match up to the back as well as he exits here. We get this out here. Everywhere else is zone. Well, usually when you run meshy, when you want to get meshy, the zone elements of this are going to be, these shallows coming and settling up. So he's matched up man. So he's got to keep running. He's got a guy in his hip. So really the only mesh you're going to have is right here. And that's potentially there. Or the deep hook. But the deep hook takes a little bit of time. And so it's just a really nice job of sorting through what I think is a really tough look. These are combo coverage. 3rd down. Tough world to live in the league. They sort it out. There's no panic. You can see the corner up top. He's running with the number 1, right? Everyone else down here to the bottom is playing zone. So combo coverage. I know a good course that goes into significant detail about stuff like this. Tua says no to the flat, no to the mesh, yes to the deep hook. So again, watch him go through the read. You could get a flat there with 2 picks versus man. So no to the flat, no to the shallow, yes to the deep hook. Just outstanding, man. I love it. It's also great pass protection. Don't get it twisted all day. I don't know if Tua had to even wash his uniform. No, yes. Boop. That's a lot of space. It's outstanding. Great offense. Next one here, a little around to the house. I put this on here just because I love the design. I love the ghost motion turning into the lead blocker. Not necessarily the greatest blocks in the world down the field. Some really embarrassing effort, in my opinion, from the Broncos, and I'll point it out right here from the back. But the motion into the lead blocker, pretty sweet. With the faux puller, just for fun, look how many people are on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, hold up, y'all. You want to see what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dead bodies. Look at that film. This is the film, I'm just telling you, this is film that Sean Payton and company are going, that they should pull up in their team room and go, dead body, 2 dead bodies, double dead bodies, dead body, on the ground. I mean, it's embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This is the screenshot you want to send me that says, this is embarrassing. And I would say, this is one of the few times that the screenshot sums it up. Rough. I mean, my goodness. But the design, watch the ghost motion. So behind turns into the lead blocker. And we're pulling the left guard away. So we get the play fake, pull the left guard, hand it, and then we're out on the edge. And just let speed be speed. This dude can roll. Got great balance too. But ground. I mean, wow. I hope some of those guys aren't injured and I'm coming after them, but man, there's some interesting effort out there by some of those guys. Also pretty sure that's a penalty right there from 2-2. Wow. Awesome design. Craziness for the numbers of Broncos on the ground. Guard go, ball handling, get to the edge, and then just accelerate. Man, get in the end zone. Next one here, second and forever. This ends up being not fair to Tyreek Hill up top. I think they call defensive holding too. It doesn't matter. They're holding him. This is straight up, to me, playing a little bit of buddy ball. Just saying, hey, I know and trust Tyreek Hill's going to win. I'm just going to throw it. Because it looks like he should probably go to the post. Now, it looks like he reads this thing just over to the backside in. But man, this to me is first of all just the trust here to win right here with what I'm going to consider inside leverage. So you're going to come up here and run this kind of in with inside leverage running with you and a safety over the top. That's tough duty. It looks like he's trying to work the crosser one. I bet if he had to do this over again, he would want to do it. I'm going to guess they call alert this post. So if you catch any iteration of split field safety where this safety is essentially hunting up the number 3 or coming to the middle of the field and it's one-on-one down here, this is a throw you normally would love to see thrown. And I would bet a lot of money that if as he watches this, he goes, man, I probably should give my guy chosen a chance here for a big play. It ends up still being a big play. Special, big trust. There's lots of special going on here. But I think probably the right play is probably to the post down here to the bottom. Again, you can see it come open. Now, maybe he thinks that safety would go make a play on it. I don't know. Regardless, playing through this thing, keeping your base, kicking back. And look when he throws this ball. I mean, no window, doesn't matter. Right up on his face. Beautiful accuracy. Man, there's so much to like here. They are doing, and again, you can see Tua looks like he's trying to get that pop pass to the tight end on that little crosser right there, as opposed to really checking that post, seeing 22 on our left. Once 22 is hunting up the number 3, gets no depth right there, there's a good chance I'm going to throw that post. So no kickback, post to the end. And again, the accuracy is so stupid. That's awesome, man. Touchdown pass on a little swing here. Ends up being like a pseudo check down swing screen to the left off a little switch spot play for me. This great balance, no doubt. Great job finishing that run. I really like this design. I think I've pointed it out a few times across different teams. This sure is kind of a trend in the league right now to have these kind of check swings with a lead blocker out there. Again, world-class balance, awesome change of direction. The other thing I would say here, so first, just like the design of this thing, I think they end up, they're in motion. So come across in motion. The thing that I keep pointing out about these little checkdowns is as you get to what is normally just a swing and kind of a switch release, I do it wrong, a switch release, so spot with a corner, and then this swing, someone to the flat. Normally it's usually with a flat that's kind of wasted. So instead of wasting it, you have him be essentially the lead blocker out here. So it ends up being we've got a drop back pass with kind of this pseudo screen element. Okay, so that's the play. It's cool, no doubt about it. I don't know what they call it, but I love it. I see it. A lot of teams run it. The other thing that's just worth pointing out, it's press coverage. You got a half field safety. This dude just still wins. Okay, this is the type of stuff when you put on the film and you're the quarterback, you can throw a touchdown over here. It's 3rd and 7. He still wins. I still think you could easily just throw him a back shoulder right there, and that's as good as anything. It's so nice when you play quarterback and you've got guys winning all over the place. That's a win up top. That's a back shoulder win. I mean, look at the suddenness at the line of scrimmage. Look at the suddenness. It's so twitchy. Either way, great job right here. Again, I think you could easily say the effort is wanting on the back end from the Broncos right here. That's putting it mildly. Poor effort. Touchdown. But again, I really like the design, how they're getting to this. Essentially 4 out to the side. Tua plays it quickly, 1, 2, 3. And then that's world-class balance right there. My goodness. Awesome finish. Last one here. Another touchdown pass, this time off a little shovel screen. I'm used to calling this Reggie Bush screen. It's off that power pass action. That's way too open. Watch my poor guy 93 here, the defensive tackle. He's head up on the center. Oh my God. So what is this play? This play is supposed to look like power pass. So where the fullback type comes off, bluffs, and then is into the flat, and then the back comes off and cuts this guy. Well, normally these defensive ends, okay, they don't like getting cut. So they'll come out and jump around this thing. When he jumps around, the quarterback has got this kind of, got the ghost motion going behind it. You come out here, normally you're going to throw it to the flat, to the fullback. This time you just come up here. Once he jumps around it, you just flick it inside. Now, normally it doesn't come this wide open because we don't have guys just randomly chasing ghosts this way. But man, it's a thing of beauty when it works like this. They are dialing it up. I love touchdown passes for quarterbacks like this. Creative, flick. Again, you can see what it does to 93. 0 doesn't want to get cut. Jump around. There it is. And that's a walk-in, y'all. That's a 70 burger walk-in. Let's go. Again, check the horizontal stretch with the motion. Nobody motions more. Easy flick. And again, you know, could easily have the right guard high stepping in for the end zone here. That thing is wide ass open. Nobody to block. Wow. Again, you know, the effort here from the Broncos. I know it's easy to come after people's effort when you lose by 50 and get a 70 burger put on you. But man, they are so confused about who's who in the zoo. Guys running everywhere. Look at 22. I mean, just stop, essentially. That is brutal. So that is a wrap. Tua, the Dolphins, 70 burger, love it. The offensive design, the architecture of some of these play designs, simply outstanding. Now, this very easily could have been a running back or running game video. It was that much fun to see some of these run breakdowns. This obviously is Tua-centric, but man, what they're doing with their speed, you combine it with the shifts, the motions, the formation effing, and the layering of game plans. So how the run game is tethered to the passing game, to the speed, how they use their speed perimeter players in different situations, whether it's end around, screens, deep shots down the field, with Tua's anticipation and accuracy. By far, my favorite offense to watch. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.